Courtney?
Hey, Mackenzie, I know you've been gone for a year. You're obviously another year older. When you talk about that maturity aspect, how have you matured since where you were the first 4 years of your career to having some time away from this team to coming back now?
Understanding the big picture, looking at the big picture, and not, when you're younger, you're thinking about yourself, and sometimes that can cause you to mislead you to do things that you don't need to do. So, but yeah, just looking at the big picture, honestly, that's the biggest thing for me.
Joe Schmidt?
Mackenzie, you're going to get coached hard. Did you miss Mike Zimmer?
Man, of course. You want to be. I miss it, of course. While I'm back, you want to be coached like that. You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna stay on you, and that's why it is. When I was here, you know what I mean? It was what it was as far as defensively and stuff like that. So, being back is gonna be fun.
Matthew?
Hi, Mackenzie. Do you have kind of a sense for where you fit in now with these different pieces? Before here, you really established yourself as the nickel guy. Do you see yourself coming back in and doing something similar?
Honestly, it's all about wherever I'm all about the big picture. So wherever they want to play me, I'm a team guy. We're going to compete as a unit, and we're going to see where it all falls down. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter to me. So.
Eric?
And Mackenzie, you mentioned the secondary has two future Hall of Famers. You know one of them pretty well, but how well do you know Patrick Peterson, and have you followed his game at all?
I followed a lot of his game. You know what I mean? I watched him in high school, watched him in college, and watched him in the pros. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a guy that I can sit next to and pick his brain about some things and have some conversations with him about. So that's going to be fun to have him around for sure.
Courtney?
As far as your improvement, what skill or skills do you feel like you honed in on the most in Cincinnati that you bring back with you to Minnesota?
Like I said, it's just, for me, it's about the overall big picture, looking at it from the perspective of, team, and as a unit, and we got all the pieces and all the puzzles here. So I feel like me being here adds value to that for sure. And as far as, obviously understanding the system and stuff like that, and being able to see the big picture and all of us working as a unit to be better, that's a skill for sure.
Sam Ekstrom?
Hey, Mackenzie, with a couple of those young corners like Jeff and Cameron, you've been in their shoes. What can you tell them specifically about, what it takes to hang around in this league and what they need to do to improve?
I mean, man, I would definitely say, just understanding the defense, getting around older guys, vets, and learning the process out early, and just, being locked in and being all in, you know what I mean? So you can learn it as quick as possible and adjust and be the best player you can be. You know what I mean? Being around solid guys who are older guys who can teach them the right ways are very important for sure.
Chris Thomason?
Hey, Mackenzie, the expression kind of sometimes is the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You mentioned Zimmer's coaching. Was it a case after you left, you maybe realized, what you were missing by having been in Minnesota?
Like I said, I'm happy to be back and build something special here, and getting things back to where they need to be. Thank you.
Chad Graff?
Mackenzie, just since we haven't seen you since 2019, how tough was that, the way that season ended, where the guys are getting ready for the playoffs, teams getting ready for the playoffs, that Week 17 game against the Bears, some guys rest, you get hurt in that game and aren't able to, play in the playoffs. How tough was that, or where was your head at that point?
That was an unfortunate situation that happened in my situation, being dinged up and hurt and not being able to go in the playoffs. Like any other player, you want to go out and compete. You know what I mean? We're doing well. We're heading to the playoffs, and you get injured, and things happen like that. You know what I mean? So, it's not really much to say. Things happen.